Is this the movie Die Hard 5 should have been? You're watching Beyond the Trailers review of Olympus Has Fallen.
Sir, there's been an intrusion.
Let's go, move.
We have contact from inside the White House.
Identify yourself.
309er.
Jesus, Banning?
He is ex-Special Forces.
40 commandos breached the gate, 28 are left.
Can we trust him? With all due respect, I'm the best hope you've got.
Recently, Vanity Fair wrote an article on the rise and fall of the spec script in Hollywood, detailing how the days of hot scripts like Lethal Weapon and Basic Instinct sparking intense bidding wars were long gone. These days, it's all about scripts written to order, based on hot properties acquired by the studios. That might be why Olympus Has Fallen seems like a throwback to the spec script-heavy 90s, as it was one of the few spec scripts sold last year. Die Hard in the White House was the logline, a logline so compelling and apparently so obvious that another spec script just like it sold the same year. White House Down hits theaters in just a few months. So that makes two Die Hard in the White House movies, neither of which star Bruce Willis. One has to wonder why Willis and Company, who just released their 5th installment of the franchise, didn't scoop one of these spec scripts up, especially considering how poorly the script they did go with has been received. But instead of Willis, two other actors will try to claim his mantle. The first is Channing Tatum, who's hoping his moves on the dance floor can translate to the battlefield. The second is Gerard Butler here in Olympus Has Fallen, who's tried to have his cake and smash it too by splitting his time between action flicks like this and romantic comedies. However, in the process, his career might have already gone stale. But Butler isn't going down without a fight. He's begun producing his own films and, despite no hits so far, is hoping to finally get it right with Olympus Has Fallen. And he just might, bringing Training Day director Antoine Fuqua on board, who in turn encouraged Aaron Eckhart, Morgan Freeman, Angela Bassett, and Melissa Leo to join the flick. And Gerard Butler isn't the only one who has high hopes for Olympus Has Fallen. Distributor Film District, who've already scored in the horror and sci-fi genres, are hoping this will be part of a banner year for them, along with the Evil Dead remake and Insidious Chapter 2. So, Olympus Has Fallen has to save the day not just within the movie, but in real life as well.
So this movie really is a lot like Die Hard, but so much so that in some cases, too much so, that it took me out of the movie, it distracted me. There are certain elements, and one scene in the film is such a copy of Die Hard, I would actually call it a copy, that I'm just like, I don't think that's, that's going too far. I'm not a big fan of that stuff. I know that some people say there's nothing new under the sun, and oh, it's an homage, but I feel if you're going to do an homage, which is great, everyone loves Die Hard. I think a Die Hard in the White House logline is a really smart idea. But if you're going to do that, you have to not only watch Die Hard to see what works, but to make sure you're not just copying it, because I feel it's disrespectful. You go from being respectful to disrespectful. So that was my biggest complaint about the film. Overall, though, I think Olympus Has Fallen is admirable because it tries so hard to be this big action movie, and it almost gets there. But I think it falls short due to budgetary restraints. I think Millennium Films, which is the production company here, just didn't have the support system in place monetarily to let Antoine Fuqua do what he wanted to do. Because at times everything's there and you're wondering, oh, why is this not clicking more? And I think if you watched Olympus Has Fallen on television, if it was a television film, your mind would be blown. You'd be like, oh my God, this is amazing. I can't believe they got this budget. But for a movie, you're like, I think you needed a bigger budget. I will say, though, that the siege of the White House, when they take it over, it's a very long scene. It's very action-packed. It's engrossing. But the whole time, and I did interview Gerard Butler and director Antoine Fuqua, and they said, this is very well researched, this is actually how it would happen, it could happen this way, but the whole time I was watching the scene, I just was like, would we really go down that easy? Would we really make that mistake? Are we really not guarded against that? I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, the movie, I guess it has to, but the movie makes us look a little bit like, we don't know what we're doing when it comes to defending the White House. I mean, I know Air Force One can withstand a nuclear blast. So I would think that, I don't know, they say it's accurate. I don't know anything about the White House, but it's not a go America kind of moment. It's more like, oh, come on, America, really? You're making us look bad. That's kind of how that scene went. But those are my thoughts on Olympus Has Fallen. What did you think if you've seen the movie? Write your thoughts down below. And of course, as always, thank you for coming to Beyond the Trailer for reviews like this, audience reviews, trailers and trailer reviews, and also movie news. So I hope you'll take a look around and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Bye.